Hi, and welcome to this quick tutorial on tree pose. I love tree pose, and I think it's just another one of those very basic asanas that is misleading because it seems so easy to just stand on one leg, whereas many of us actually struggle with having that balance in our bodies. So, one of the huge things tree pose helps us with is balance. It builds strength into the foot, into the muscles of the foot. As you sit and you hold it for any length of time, you really feel the muscles and the ankles start, everything shifts and is working. Also, through the lower leg, the quads, and the glutes, they're all engaged to help you maintain that shape and to stay open throughout the raised leg to keep that knee open and out to the side. Also, as we work on our tree pose, we usually start to build confidence in more of our other single legged or balancing asanas. It's also great for improving our posture and our stance and how we hold ourselves throughout our everyday life. So let's go ahead and take a few looks at how we build our tree pose from the ground up. So building from the ground up, of course, we're going to start looking at the feet. When we start in tree pose, we usually start from mountain. And from mountain, we start to shift our weight into one side. For the purpose of this, I'm going to shift over onto my left foot. So as I do so, I'm shifting to the left foot, and I'm really feeling, as I do so, all four corners of that left foot activate and engage. So the right side of the big toe, the outside of that pinky toe, and then also both sides of my heel. And then the inner arch of the foot lifts as we engage that pada bandha. Now, at the same time, we're starting to shift that weight. We'll draw that right foot up and inside to that inner side of the left leg. There's multiple places where you can place the right foot. And now, if you are just working on your balance, I suggest having a chair or something for you to hold on to. B, we start with the foot much lower. So the right foot can still stay connected to the earth, maybe just planting at that very low part of the left shin. So you can stay there. You can take it up a little bit higher on the left shin, or drawing it all the way up to that inner left thigh. Now, we have this big space here from that left shin up to that inner left thigh. It's quite a leap. We just want to make sure that we use one of those three spaces and avoid placing that right foot directly on the knee joint, because of course that will cause more stress on the left knee joint. Now, as you stand on that left leg, if you're holding tree pose for a certain amount of time, you might feel the left shin start to, you just feel a little bit more in the shin muscles in the front of the left shin. And you can start to decrease that activation or that maybe nagging if it starts to feel uneasy by pressing the right foot even harder into that left inner thigh or shin, wherever you have it at. So keep in mind that the feet are very active in this posture. The left foot is grounded and it's keeping you stable, and the right foot is still driving to that left inner thigh so that we keep the right foot active as well. Traveling up the body, we'll talk about the legs. Now, of course, that left standing leg is going to be doing a lot of work. The left ankle and the foot are shifting and making those micro movements to keep your balance. The left leg should have just a micro bend in the knee so that we aren't just holding it straight and super straight and locking out that left knee. Just a small bend is all that we need. And then the opposite leg, of course, the knee will be bent. And we want that opposite leg, the knee, to be pushing outward and towards the back of the room. Now, most of us cannot open that right knee out to a 90-degree angle. It would be very, very difficult for a true 90. But we're just looking for that effort, that direction of keeping that right knee spiraling towards the back of the room so that we're staying engaged through that right thigh. So again, that's where this work into the legs and the thighs and the glutes all comes together, because as you push that right knee out, you're going to start to feel it into your glutes as well. From the legs, we'll work into the torso and the hips and the torso. So I'm going to switch legs here, so I'm not standing on my left leg for an entire demo. But whatever leg you're standing on, now the hips, we don't want to just sink into that right hip. I feel like I lose my balance already by doing that. But we're staying tall as we are in our tree pose, and our torso is facing forward, so we're not spinning to either side. We're not slouching into that right hip, but we're standing nice and tall so that the spine has one straight line from the crown of the head all the way down to the earth. Coming up into the upper body, the arms and shoulders, as with many other asanas, that you have many different variations in tree pose, and it becomes to what you feel comfortable with on your level, or maybe you are having a very, very active and intense shoulder heavy practice. If that's the case and your shoulders are tired, you probably just want your hands at heart center in prayer. That's fine. The hands can also come out in front of you like this to increase the challenge or to level up, or take them out to the sides. Now, just as important in keeping our balance with tree pose is the gaze, and where you have your eyes and your focus during this pose. And that is called our drishti, or our focal point. So you may want to have your drishti in a little bit closer or further away if you're more comfortable with that. Remember, always give yourself permission if you fall out of the pose just to come right back into it. It's fine. We all have times when poses are easier than other times. So wherever you have your drishti or your focal point, just go ahead and use that focal point to focus and draw your thoughts as you hold your tree pose. Now, for an added challenge, you can try closing your eyes. And now I can only do this for a couple seconds at a time, and you'll notice yourself immediately start to wobble as your body really starts to try to find where it needs to be at without having any specific focal point. It's a lot of fun. Give it a try. Remember, in tree pose, there's several variations or modifications that you can take. And again, we'll go through those modifications really quickly. You can either keep the right foot planted towards the earth. Toes are still touching the mat. We just have the heel lifted on the lower shin. Or you could take that foot up a little higher, just so it's at the middle of the opposite shin. Or draw the foot up even higher till it reaches that inner thigh, pressing the foot into the thigh and opening up that knee. And always remember, you can always have your handy chair next to you, using it as balance, even if you just want to take a tree pose sometime during your day, standing next to the kitchen table. Just allow yourself that time to focus and find your alignment and check in with your body. Finally, here's some variations that you may enjoy if you want to deepen your tree pose.